Exposing the GDKP gold sellers of classic era. A video by Dwarf Lord. Oh my days. Alright. Dude, I love the thumbnail here, by the way. Scooby-Doo. Let's go.
What if you
Let's
were
see.
playing a video game and you stumbled upon a literal gold mine, a way to sell in-game currency
Ooh.
for real money? I've spoken about this happening in other videos, but what caused me to make this video,
The amount of people, streamers, content creators, players buying and selling gold is crazy, by the way. It's nuts.
in particular was a post on.
I mean, you probably know the OnlyFans situation, but apart from that as well, the amount of people that I speak to that have just openly been like, well, first of all, I'm a huge gold maker in Classic WoW, so the amount of people who have hit me up and been like, hey, yo, can I buy some gold? And I'm just like, no, that will get me in trouble. It's not worth it, bro. Come on. And on the other hand as well, the amount of people who just like openly tell me they buy gold because they don't care, it's a lot. It really is.
On Twitter made by a Greek Wario. Essentially, a friend of a friend leaked these screenshots exposing Slay selling gold. And they
Are we about to see some massive drama here?
only did so after quite a bit of interrogation. The friend of the friend didn't want to give up the information. You see, many people are either afraid of exposing these gold sellers due to getting blacklisted from other raids, or people actually like that they sell gold. They support it. They may not be buying the gold directly, but other people in the raid are the gold buyers, and so they earn more gold from a run because there's people who are spending real money to buy gold and just paying crazy amounts of gold for things that normally should go for less, right?
Yeah.
It's like a cult, really. So this is the post in question that Greek made. I had to make a account on this freaking website to even look at these pictures. But anyways, he says, hey, Blizzard CS, you left me on red yesterday. There's a player on white main named Slay who's sold over 50,000 worth of gold in the last 3 years. Nothing has been done about it. So, first of all, there's a lot of stuff that Greek says that is exaggerated or maybe not even factual. But
So here's the thing. I'm not gonna say much because I don't care about much of this, but like the way Greek here is like, do your jobs please at Agrand, and then atting, yeah, he's just atting people, right? And I'm not gonna lie, if I was any of these people, I would have muted this guy on Twitter. So number one, atting them does nothing, and number two, they probably haven't seen your main tweet. So now you're just like trying to be like, oh, you left me on red yesterday. Like, once again, I would have muted this guy if I was any of those three people, because I've seen his tweets and they don't annoy me because I'm not involved. I don't play Classic Era much. Plus, all of this drama seems to be on the NA version of Classic Era anyway. But also, he's just like, it's borderline almost a harassment the way he's tweeting at these people all the time. Like, I would just once again mute him if I was any of those three. Or at least if I was Agrand. So yeah, I don't know.
let's just focus on the screenshots, not so much what he says.
I'm not saying that I have muted him, by the way, because I haven't. I think he's alright. It's just, if I was in the shoes of one of those three, don't twist my words there. I don't care. But if I was one of those three, I probably would have.
So this is a screenshot of Slay giving the his email to the person who's going to sell gold to. Whatever you spend in Nax, you just send me the money. And so basically what I'll do is give you a credit card limit. I suppose it'd be a pretty safe way to buy gold, right? Because what you're able to do in this case is, instead of selling gold, moving a lot of gold to the person who wants to buy it, what you do is just have Slay buy all the stuff for you. You're bidding, but he covers it. And then you just send the money. So yeah, I'm just trying to be as factual as possible with the screenshots I have. I've had
Wait, so how does this work? I'm trying to like work my brain around this. Would this person is Slay in the raid? So like is he raid leading and selling gold? Is that what's happening here? So he basically gives the items to the person bids, but the person that is bidding doesn't have the gold, but he is paying for it afterwards through like PayPal or some shit.
other people come to me, give me information.
So it's basically PayPal DKP. PDKP. I don't know. Just so you buy raid items with money. Buying gold is just a step between that is just there to be there. Because like, yeah, I mean, if I understood the situation correctly, like if the raid leader is also selling gold, then it's just I give you the item, but you give me gold for the item, but I'm the one selling you gold as well. It's just like, so you buy items. Cool.
But they're too afraid to give me anything concrete, and I can understand why. But as for a lot of the fluff that Greek's saying, uh, you know, taking people to court, I'm not commenting on that. I'm just looking at the screenshot. So here's a DM I received from 2024. I've censored their name, but they say, "Hey man, big watcher on YouTube. Was curious if you sell gold these days. I've bought a ton from Bear Blue and Silas, but looking to see who else might have a decent deal. I need 60,000." I say, "I don't sell gold. Why do you think I do? This message makes me laugh so hard." I screenshotted it without your name in a few discords, just laughing my ass off. So yeah, I've received various screenshots and bits of information over the years, but no one ever comes forth with any actual receipts or anything. And this is what has been happening in the Classic Era servers for the past 4 years. GDKP is a loot system enjoyed by many. You attend a raid and maybe spend some gold on an upgrade, or maybe you don't get any loot, but you get some gold for attending, which you can then spend on an upgrade. Everyone wins, right? Well, the real winner is the GDKP host or the admin. Most people, they don't want to go through the hassle of hosting the raid, so they'll just go with the flow, even if it means one guy gets a lot more gold than you. And that GDKP admin will charge that large host cut. Host cuts they've increased over the years because the raid attendees have nowhere else to go. And I've personally been in Discord calls with some of these hosts, casually saying like, "Man, we increased our host cut another 3%. And the people coming to our raid, they're not going to do anything about it." And before you know it, the admin is charging a 15% host cut for inviting 39 other people to the raid and typing their names into a Google Doc that just auto assigns, "Okay, you're the tank, you're the this, you heal this, you do that." It's all auto done. And they
It's like I've been saying, right? I actually think GDKP would be a really fun raid loot system if there was a way to punish gold buyers more. Because, like, if there was way less gold buying, I don't think we can ever fully eliminate gold buying, but simply having a way less gold buying, I would be really happy. And I think it would make GDKP a pretty okay system. I would actually enjoy GDKPs in that case. It's just the way it is right now, people just swipe. And I'm not a huge fan of the swiping culture. Like, some people are, some people don't care, and some people really love it. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't like gold buying, I don't like gold selling, but I am not against the GDKPs. It is just a gold buying plus gold selling element does ruin it for me. So if Classic Plus is gonna have GDKPs, they really need to start actively doing something against the botting, gold buying, and gold selling. And the easiest W there, which some people is going to be like, oh, no, you can't do that. And it's usually the people that buy gold that will have that reaction. But my suggestion is to put a 6-month ban or a permanent ban as the instant reaction when you catch somebody who buys gold. Because the way it is right now, per my knowledge, you get a 2-week ban first, then a month ban, then a 2-month, and it just adds in increments. But that gives you way too many warnings. So the first ban, if you ever get caught buying gold, should be 6 months, and then the second one should be permanent, in my opinion. That's never gonna happen because Blizzard doesn't really care if you buy gold, at least right now, because like there's no WoW tokens in Classic WoW except Mist of Pandaria, right? But as long as there's no WoW tokens, why would they care? Because if you buy gold, or if you don't, Blizzard makes no more or less money. As long as you keep playing and pay your monthly sub, that's how they make money. And it just frustrates me that the only thing they care about is profit and not the quality or integrity of their game. But once again, if they find a way to finally deal with botting, gold selling, gold buying, I think GDKPs could be a really good loot system.
They get a 15% cut for doing that. Oh yeah, and they also usually main tank, so they get a 4% bonus cut for tanking.
Yeah.
I take a 2% cut for tanking. They must be a real good tank to earn twice as much that I do for doing the same job. Oh my gosh. And that's on top of their base cut. So they're taking 20% for themselves. 7 days a week. 15 to 20 raids a week. So yeah. One guy gets 20%. And the remaining 80% is split up to the other raid members. And then there's these other bonus cuts, the hunter puller, the tank, the top DPS. And so what you have are these raid members squabbling over a couple 1% bonus cuts, like crabs in a bucket, while the host walks away with 20%, right? The host takes 20% and then throws the 80% towards the crowd, and they're fighting over it. Give me that. And it's like, oh, I got the 1% bonus cut. Yeah, I got 1% more than all you other people this week. And the raid leader's like, good. They're fighting over 1%. Well,
to be fair, that's a really good system as well, though, because like it's not really just about the 1% aspect. It is about performing. If you perform well, there's a bigger chance of the raid succeeding, plus people in general are competitive. So incentivizing competition, I think, is just a nice thing, if done correctly.
I take 20.
I'm not a huge GDKP Andy, by the way. I think I've done 2 GDKPs in my whole life, and I think they were both in Season of Discovery, if I'm not if I'm not mistaken.
Easy peasy. See you guys next week. Okay, thank you. Oh, you're the greatest raid leader ever. Cult. Like I said, it's a cult.
Wow.
Now, this does not mean
this guy is not the biggest GDKP fan, it seems.
That every single GDKP host is selling gold. There is, however, a way to discern who probably is selling gold and who is just a motivated individual who's hosting a bunch of raids to earn some extra gold from the host cut to bis out their character that much faster. It has to do with volume. If you're hosting 5, 6, 7 Naxes per week, in addition to other raids like Molten Core, Blackwing Lair, AQ40, you're doing 15 to 20 raids a week. Those are 40-man raids. You're selling gold. One 40-man raid, that's going to take you 90 minutes to 2 hours or more. Because you got to fill the raid, do the raid, pay the people. And then you do another one directly after, and another one directly after. And that adds up to being more than 40 hours per week. And you know what?
I think this depends on what kind of person you are and the morals you have and what you are, like what you deem to be okay and what you deem to not be okay, right? Because like, I've had a lot of gold left over in WoW. I played the game a lot, and I could have doubled my income in both Classic WoW, TBC Classic, and like Wrath as well, but at least Classic WoW and TBC, if I had sold gold. In Classic WoW, I had over 10,000 bucks worth of gold if I had sold my gold at peak. Should I have? Probably. Did I? No. But I really should have, because now in Mist of Pandaria, I think if I add it all up, I did this with a friend recently. I told him how much I had, and he was like adding it up through whatever website, and he was like, "Yeah, so you have 2,500 bucks worth of gold, or something," and yeah, so it went from 10k to 2.5. No, not great. Because obviously I've been doing investments and stuff in both Wrath, Cataclysm. If you've been watching my content for a while, you know that I do like farming gold, making gold, investing, flipping, playing the auction house, you name it. But yeah, like, a smart person probably would have sold gold in Classic WoW when they have that much gold. To me, it was just like, it's fun to look at the number and see the number go up as well by investing. I think that's fun, right? I did not want to sell gold back then. But looking back, I probably should have.
But that sounds to me like a full-time job. And if you're doing a full-time job, you're probably earning a full-time job's worth of revenue or something. Now, there are several people on Classic Era who fit the bill of a gold seller. We will focus on Silas and Slay. Silas is the guildmaster of Greedy Goblins, and Slay is the guildmaster of More Gressels. Check out these two screenshots.
That's two of the most gold buying / gold selling names of all time. Greedy Goblins and the More Gressels. Gressel, the item that is famously known for being sold in a GDKP for like, what was it? 80,000 gold or more. It was like thousands of bucks, I believe, for an item.
Lots of them and their cronies. They just sit AFK in town, non-stop, all day long, occasionally spamming for people to join their raids. Now, I've known Silas for a long time. We were in the same guild for a while, just a casual guild, back in 2019. And on one of the last Naxes before TBC, we want to try to go fast, one last hurrah, DMF, Rend, all the buffs, no Chronoboon, right? So the guild worked really hard to get all these buffs. We're super hyped to go in there. Now, this guild did some stuff that was kind of weird. Instead of doing a lip shout, they did bop shouts. The pally bops the tank AoE shouts, and then we blast the mobs down. Silas was one of the first assigned shouts. He was the first one. And no bop. He did not get a bop. Silas shouts, instantly dies, rage quits, logs out, forces 39 other people to log out, find the replacement, summon them, and start the raid over. That's Silas. Selfish. One day he shows up to Era, attends a Nax run with my guild at the time, Phase 7, or a guild that I was in, an officer in. He did the raid and then disappeared for a while to TBC, and then one day he came back, makes his guild called Greedy Goblin GDKP, which is a very telling name, by the way. You would have to be a really special sort of person to join a guild called Greedy Goblin GDKP. Like, what a disgusting guild name and shameful thing to join. It literally says, I'm a greedy guild master. I will extort you for my personal gain. Do you want to join? And people are like, sign me up.
Sign me up, baby.
I am in. Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Now, I didn't pay much attention at the time, but they grew and grew. 1 Nax a week, 2 Naxes a week, upwards of 7 Naxes a week. And in our speedrunning guild at the time, we had a priest who was a friend of Silas, who Silas forced to come to one of his raids because he needed He was at like 6 raids a week. He had to go to 7 raids a week because 6 raids a week was not enough US dollars. He had to go to 7 raids a week. And he forces this priest, no, you cannot go to that speed run anymore. You have to go to this raid or else there'll be punishments. And so priest leaves us and goes and heals and carries this raid because you need to have people who are good at the game to carry the raid. Then you have to bring in a bunch of shitters who have a lot of gold, who have bought gold from Silas, and then they spend all the gold, and the pumpers earn a lot of gold, and that's the cycle. That's the formula. Got shitters who are rich, pumpers who are poor, and it's a gold exchange. And Silas and Slay, they just keep the majority of it. Slay at the time was his right-hand man. They had a falling out, and Slay made the guild more Gressels. More like more gold buyers. More Gressels is literally a copy-paste of Greedy Goblin. Run 7 raids a week of Nax, plus all these other raids. Find new players who don't know any better. Figure out who has the dispensable income, and essentially prey on their nostalgia. Grown men with money to spend who played WoW when they were in high school, maybe they...
This is like, okay, so if they find a way to deal with the gold buying and gold selling in Classic Plus, I kind of want to get into GDKPs, but I'm going to find a way to do them as fairly as possible, dude, because, yeah, I think everyone who's in the GDKP deserves to get the most fair cut possible. I do like the idea of really giving people back for performing, so maybe having a performance cut and a small management cut, but I would rather keep that as low as possible and just pay out everyone as much as possible to keep it fair. It's just, if it's going to be 40-man raiding, or even 20-man as well, regular amount of people, it still takes a little bit to manage and set things up. So a little bit of a management cut, I think, is to be expected. But if they keep something like 20% for management, that is insane. But also, I don't like GDKPs. But I will dislike them less if gold buying / gold selling is dealt with. I will accept them.
They did like Molten Core or a ZG or an Ubers, and they remember seeing some cool guy in Ironforge with Thunder Fury or some great weapon, and they want to be that guy. And Silas and Slay is like, tell me more about your dreams. And you know what? I can help you. I can help you be that guy. You want a Thunder Fury?
Oh,
we can get you a Thunder Fury.
Bro, this sounds like Steven.
You want Gressel, THC, Kiss?
This is like Ashes of Creation all over again. You know that dream you have? We can sell you that dream. Be a part of what we're doing and we'll give you that dream. That dream you have is about to become reality. Trust the process.
Slayers, whatever you want. Just sign on the dotted line and give me your credit card information. I'll take care of everything else. Now you might ask, Dwarf Lord, why do you care so much about what other people are doing? Well, I think it just negatively affects the integrity of the game.
Yeah, W.
I'm not saying that GDKP is the issue. Gold buying and gold selling is the issue. We saw that GDKP was banned in Anniversary and gold buying was rampant. I just don't like cheaters.
Yeah.
I can't control the cheaters, but I can kill them. That's why I kill people in World PvP in the game who have the tag Greedy Goblins and more Gressels. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a PvP server. And I think that the best type of PvP is when it has some sort of reason, not just killing some random dude. A while ago, I saw a more Gressels dude and I killed him. I've killed many of them. It was nothing new to me. A few minutes later, he DMs me and he's asking, why did I kill him? And there was not even any buffs involved. I just killed him. Normally, I'm killing them and taking their world buffs. But anyways, I simply told him it's because of his guild tag. Guild tag should mean something. And I explained to him the issue that I have with the guild, and he was in it. And by being in it, he was supporting the gold selling. He said I was making him see me in a negative light. Like, what? My firm stance against gold buying or selling makes you view me in a negative light? I don't care if my ethics are going to make you stop watching my content. But I do hear what he's saying. He's a busy guy, he's playing TBC, or maybe they don't play TBC. Maybe
It's also okay. So if I am well, I am in this case. I'm just somebody looking in. I have no information here. I don't even play on the same server. I couldn't care less. But if this was me, maybe I had joined this GDKP guild because a friend of mine is in that guild. But I'm not doing any GDKPs with them. So when he says that he killed this person in the open world because he was in that guild and therefore supports GDKPs and supports gold buying, I think that's maybe a little bit of a you're failing at understanding there could be multiple scenarios at play here. Like, once again, if I'm the person you just killed in the open world, and my best friend was in that guild, I have no idea what they're doing, it's my first time playing World of Warcraft, and I joined their guild because he's my friend, and I'm leveling. Maybe it was level 60. Maybe I had just reached level 60. I would now have a bad image of you because you go around hunting people based on guild names. Not based on anything else, just based on guild names, or you just killed me in the open world for absolutely no reason, and maybe you camped me as well, if you're camping, right? So I can see that, 100%. I can see why he now thinks negatively of you, if he didn't have anything to do with them in the first place. Which, just being in a guild doesn't really, yeah, hopefully that could explain a alternate situation that could be happening here.
people they have time to log in 1 day a week, do the raid, and then get back to IRL before they have too much wife aggro. And I totally get it. People just want to keep their head down. They don't want to deal with the drama, but I mean, you're in the guild, so you're gonna get some, action. Anyways, that's gonna, saying that stuff is not gonna stop me from ganking you. So yeah, roll the clips.
Alright, I'm not gonna play the clips, by the way. If you want to check out the clips, I will leave a link to the Dwarf Lord video down below so you can check it out. I was mainly interested in the whole GDKP gold selling drama happening, so go and check out the video. I will leave a link to it in the video description as always. Always interesting how Classic Era never fails to give drama. I feel like it happens multiple times on a weekly basis now. I am excited to see what happens to Classic Era when Classic Plus comes out, because I believe Classic Plus might add way too many changes for some Classic Andes, and they might go back to Classic Era. And we could see a massive resurgence of Classic Era very soon. I mean, we'll have to wait and see what actually happens, right? But yeah, I think there's going to be quite some changes that people might not vibe with. Also, dude, why? Some person just took my tag, or like he tagged the same mob as me, and then he stopped doing damage when he saw that I had aggro, and he let me kill his mob. I hate that so much, by the way. It's just like, how bad are you? You get the tag, but you can't finish the kill. It's like you go to the gym, and you're strong enough to lift weights, but you can't clean up after yourself. Like, bro, come on. He's probably going to do it again now. He took a tag from me. I'm trying to invite him as well, because we're doing the same quest, but he's just like, nope. He's not even solo self-found or anything. Pisses me off. Alright, once again, I'll leave a link to the Dwarf Lord's video down below, so go and check it out. Thank you for watching this today, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Bye-bye.